I want to thank my colleague Don Manzullo for putting this together tonight, and it's great to listen to my friend and colleague Ray LaHood and follow Dana Rohrabacher, and I think you're going to see tonight a lot of members speak, and they're going to say a lot of similar things. We've got a colleague from Texas, New Jersey, Ohio here, which shows the width and the breadth and the reach of Chairman Hyde. When you come to this institution as a new member, there are people that are national figures, and many people learn to become friends with them in different ways. I think one of the great privileges is when you become a colleague of one of these great figures of history, and as Dana Rohrabacher said, he meets the requirements of what you would expect in a person that you've idolized and respected over the years. I follow Ray LaHood, who mentioned our bipartisan luncheon, and we'd also get together as a Republican delegation every now and then, and at that time we'd have the speaker, and before the speaker would weigh in, he would always turn to the dean of the Illinois delegation, seeking Henry Hyde's counsel, his wisdom, his experience, and his expertise. And I think that's a sign of a great leader when you know who to go to, and of course with the great respect we had for the wisdom and the conviction of Chairman Hyde. When Henry spoke, people really did listen. And that's a lot to be said here, because we speak a lot, and a lot of times people aren't listened to. But Henry did it for many of the reasons that Ray mentioned, but I think because of the great respect that the whole community on either side of the aisle, from all the ideological positions, held for Henry Hyde. We all have our own little stories to tell. I'm an individual who struggled personally with the term limits debate, and Chairman Hyde would just always respectfully just beat the heck out of me because of my stated position. Because at John, we have term limits. They're called elections. And when people talk about Henry's strong speeches on the floor and term limits, it's not what people would think about. They would think, oh, he must have been for term limits. Henry was adamantly opposed to term limits because he was a constitutionalist at heart. And he said the Constitution allows for term limits, and that's why we go before the voters every 2 years. And, you know, after wearing me down for many, many years, I eventually moved to the Henry Hyde position on term limits. But that's the type of person he was, not out of a view of the political expediency or what is right for the public political perception at the time, but what was right for the country. We got a lot of colleagues down here, so I'm not going to belabor the point. Just saying, Dana Rohrabacher said it right. I think a great way to remember Henry Hyde is to remember life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Life and the Hyde Amendment. I mean, you can say these simply, clearly, and they identify Chairman Hyde. Again, life would be the Hyde Amendment. The liberty, aid to the freedom fighters in Nicaragua and Central America. The fight against the nuclear freeze movement, Chairman Hyde. That's liberty, making the hard decisions against political expediency to promote democracy and freedom. And the pursuit of happiness, you know, look at the Millennium Challenge. Well, it's not just the pursuit of happiness for the country, but the pursuit of happiness for the whole world. I'm honored to be able to be on the floor to take a few minutes to thank Chairman Hyde for his friendship, his mentorship. He is and will be missed. God bless you, Henry Hyde.